Good morning. My name is Victoria Seed and I am coming to you live from the Vesta Approach in Manchester, UK. I'm just going to check if I'm streaming properly because it's showing that my internet is a little bit dodgy. Let's have a look. Okay, I can see it there. I hope that you can all see me.
Let's have a look. I can see it there.
Oh, yes. Okay, I can see myself there. Apologies about the quality there. I'm not sure what's going on, but let's get on with it. Okay, so I help families who are affected by a loved one's drug or alcohol use to reduce their stress and to live a better life. I do this by teaching really effective strategies to cope through my online and one-to-one and group work programs. And I have a brand new membership that we are just finishing off. Following a couple of months of a pilot of it, we're going to finish. Me and my lovely virtual assistant Michelle are finishing off a few points, and then that will be going live again next week, and it is £49 a month. That's it, to get daily support, advice, and a wonderful community of women who are living with a loved one's addiction. If you are interested in coming and joining me in there, just send me a DM. If you are interested for any of your clients, again, just email me or send me a DM on any of the platforms. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can click on the video for a free download, and anybody else, I will also post it in below as well. And this download, vestaapproach.co.uk/freebie, gets you your very own PDF download with a handy checklist and some fantastic organisations within the UK. It is going to be great for people outside the UK as well, but you will have to search for your own services and charitable organisations that can help, because I can't possibly cover every single country. Okay, so let's move on. What we're talking about today is, should I give my drug or alcohol using loved one money? 5 things to consider. Okay, let me know in the comments if you're watching, or if you've got any questions, or drop me any questions in my DMs if you don't want to post here. So first of all, what I want you to ask yourself is, do you really know how much they are spending? Because most family members have a very different story to what the reality is. Okay, so for example, my cocaine using clients who I've worked with previously were spending anything from, say, £800 upwards. And even with me, you know, it kind of evolves when you're working with people who use drugs and alcohol. At the start, they may not necessarily tell you the truth, but as time goes on, you kind of figure out and unravel that they may not have told you everything. And obviously, when it comes to family members, friends, partners, you're probably not, and you're probably never going to get the full picture of who they owe money to, who they owe, you know, in terms of dealers, if the drug users, credit cards, loans, etc., until things come to a head. And sometimes you may never know that. So don't think that you are getting the whole truth, because you probably aren't. Unfortunately, people who use substances do lie. And that's because the drugs disrupt the limbic system, which affects their feelings, their motivation, and what actually they are striving for in their life. So what they want is artificial relief, pleasure, contentment or relaxation that they get from their drug or alcohol for whatever reason. It may be due to trauma, it may be due to things getting out of hand, it may be due to pain, could be due to a number of systems. Okay, but yeah, they are likely to say that the money is for something else. they're probably not going to come to you. Some people do, but not after a while, because you kind of wise up to it, but they're probably not going to come to you and say, I need money for drugs, I need money for alcohol. They're going to give you another story like, I can't pay my rent, I haven't got enough money to get to work, I can't pay my car, you know, whatever it is. So just bear that in mind, and you probably know that already. You may have experienced it. So that's the first thing. Figure out, think about if you really believe, you know, how much they're spending and what they're spending it on, because let's face it, you're probably not going to get the full story. Number two, can you afford to give them money? So I have worked with family members that have paid for all sorts of treatments, rehabs, 40 to 50,000 pound rehabs, all sorts of stuff, and not just for treatment, but for other things, bailing them out, paying rent, paying mortgages. But the thing is, if you can't afford it, then you need to stop doing it, because you're not doing yourself any favors by living beyond your own means. And then what you got to think to yourself is, when is it going to end? Like, what is the end point? If you keep giving them money, you're enabling their drug or alcohol using behavior, right? And you're also going to get into debt yourself. So you're not actually improving anything. And in fact, one of the things I teach is, you know, if you can, to avoid giving your loved one money. You know, don't police theirs, because then you're going into a whole other realm of control, but you keep your own and have a boundary around that wherever possible. Okay, so that's number two. Can you afford to give them money? Number three, what are all your possible options around that question around money? So yes, you know, could you, yeah, you could give them the money. And what's going to happen next? Think about it. What will happen as a result of you giving them money? Write down all the possible scenarios, right? And then no. So what if you say no? What are all the possible scenarios around that? Because it might be that they lose their property, right? For example, but that's on them. And sometimes they have to experience those negative consequences, those real negative consequences, in order to start realizing that they have to make a change. Okay. So, and then what about if you said yes, but it's with conditions? So it could be, you know, yeah, I'm going to give you this money, but I want you to pay it back, and I need you to pay it back at this point. And if I don't receive that money back, the X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Yeah. When it's your stuff, you're well within your right to make those ultimatums. We avoid them wherever possible, but sometimes, you know, if you're putting yourself out, and particularly your own money, particularly if it's a struggle for you, you've got to have those boundaries and conditions, and stick to that if they breach those conditions. Because if they don't, it's like with toddlers, it's like with pets, you know, they're just going to keep on doing it. Okay, so explore all your possible options is number three. And then number four, what are the negative and positive consequences of these options? I've kind of just covered this. So write down all the possible negative consequences and write down all the possible positive consequences. So for example, if they ask you for 50 quid to go to a job interview, right? And you're thinking, right, okay, so here's my options. I can give them the cash, which could be a complete and utter lie, or I could offer to give them a train ticket, because then I know that money is not going to be spent on anything else. Yeah. And that is really reasonable. That is a reasonable thing to do. So your loved one asks you for money for food shopping. You're like, hang on a minute, I'm going to give them money for food shopping, but it's probably going to get spent on something else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get them a food delivery, because I don't want to see my loved one hungry, and that's what I feel like I can do to help them. And whether other people think that's enabling or not, that's my stuff, and that's what I feel comfortable with. Do you see what I mean? So everybody is completely different, and that's why on this live, you're not going to get me saying to you yes or no, give them money, because it depends on you, your circumstances, what you are willing to do, how much you are willing to possibly enable or make it easy for your loved one's substance misuse to continue, whether you want to meet those basic needs for them because that's what you want to do as a human being to a human being, or whether you've actually tried that before, it hasn't worked, or it's just, you know, you're one of those people that you should, as an adult, you have equal access to the resources I have, so therefore I'm going to support you to access those, but I'm not going to do it for you. And that's really what I work towards with my clients, that, you know, being a helpful helper, you can help to access the same resources as us, and encourage that and motivate that, but you're not going to do things for them. It's entirely up to you. And then number 5, what has happened before when you have given them money? So has it been successful? Have you been let down? Have they spent it on drugs or ended up intoxicated as soon as you've given them money? Has it been clear that they've spent it on something else? Have they been gambling and spent money, savings, you know, got credit cards maxed out, whatever it is? You know, think about what's happened before, because if your loved one is not working on their recovery or has recovered or has reduced or stopped their substance use, I would seriously question giving them any more money. You want to see a change and you want to build up that trust in your loved one before you are handing over your cash. My opinion. Okay, so yeah, let's have a quick recap then. Do you know how much you're spending? Really? Probably not. Number 2, can you afford it? Number 3, what are all your positive options? Number 4, what are all the negative and positive consequences of each of those options? And number 5, what has happened before when you have given them money? So that's it for today. Don't forget, you can go and download vestaapproach.co.uk/freebie to get your 10 ways to family recovery straight into your inbox. And then if you want to work with me, if you need some help, drop me a message because I can absolutely help you. I have a range of services available, a membership for £49 a month. You can work with me for 6 weeks for £999. You can work with me for 12 weeks, and I can absolutely help you change your life, reduce your stress, and have the best possible chance of getting your loved one into the help that they need. Hello, Khalees. Yes, it is a good topic. I'd love to hear your views on this, Khalees. It might be a really good thing to do together one day. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Have a good week, everybody, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.